What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to have a lot of fun because we're going to get to play some cards we don't play all that often. See, that's always the most interesting stuff. But today, we're going to try to sort of maybe play a 2-card combo if it works out, and they happen to be goblins. So we're going to start with Crime Novelist. Crime Novelist is a 3-mana, 1/3. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, you get to put a +1/+1 on it. So that means we're going to be sacking a lot of artifacts. But in addition to that, we get a red mana. Why is that red mana important? Well, it's because with Krenko, whenever we have an artifact go to the graveyard, hence sacrificing an artifact, we can pay a red mana, which we get for free from the Crime Novelist, to create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that also happens to have haste. Then, of course, we can use Krenko to sack an artifact to put +1/+1s on things, which will trigger the Crime Novelist. We can pay the red mana. Like, you see where this is going. But what does the rest of the deck look like? So, we're going to start with Greedy Freebooter, because when it dies, it makes a treasure. Treasure let us kind of kickstart a bunch of stuff, but also lets us scry. Boldarian Epicure, we've seen this in a bunch of lists. It makes a treasure, deals a damage. Voltage Surge, because we need to be able to kill at least a few things. We're going to play Fanatical Offering as well. This lets us sacrifice an artifact or a creature. Again, a way to sacrifice an artifact and get us 2 cards while also getting us a map. We're going to try Gleaming Geardrake. This is a new card as well. Every time you sack an artifact, you get to put a counter on it. When it comes into play, it investigates. So you're going to see we have a lot of ways to get a lot of extra cards as well. Blood Tithe Harvester, you've seen this everywhere. Make a blood, kill a thing. Of course, we're going to play Oni Cult Anvil because sacrificing artifacts leads to free creatures. That leads to damage. Like, this is all one giant Rube Goldberg machine at this point. We have 4 Kite Cell Larcenist, because another way just to control some creatures, buy us some time. And again, the Crime Novelist and Krenko, and we're going to play 1 copy of Detective's Satchel. This investigates when it enters the battlefield, twice actually, and then you can create a 1/1 Thopter by tapping this. Activate only if we sacrifice an artifact this turn, which we're obviously going to be sacrificing a lot of artifacts. Yeah, so this is going to be a wild ride. I think this one should be a lot of fun. Obviously, we want you to stay and watch us play this and see the insanity that ensues. But after that, if you want to download the deck list, don't forget, you can go down to the description below, look for the blue arrows that take you to our Moxfield link. You can get this sweet deck list and a whole pile of other stuff we're playing in Standard. Now, though, let's go see if Krenko writes a good crime novel. Oh, boy. Yes, we keep this. I was just thinking, like, we don't really have anything to deal with the artifacts or anything to take advantage of Freebooter, but that's probably okay, right? What more do we need? I mean, I guess we're attacking. We don't really care if they block, right? Like, that seems fine for us. Okay, let's see what's up. Oh, are they doing similar stuff to us? That would be weird. I mean, we could turn off their Oni Cult Anvil, right? That's probably the best thing to do here. So if we double attack, they block Harvester. I guess we're kind of okay with that. Okay, they only single blocked. So that means they likely don't have any other artifacts. Submit 0 for one's eye control, but let's turn that off. Alright. So now they have to deal with our Larcenist, which does have a Ward 1. Not to say they can't kill it, but that we do have a backup Larcenist as well. A Drake. Okay. Do we want to turn Drake off as well? Are they going to sack that and play another one? That would be funny. So they are playing a very similar deck to us, which is mildly concerning. This is whenever you sacrifice one, right? So they could sack this to get treasure, then sack this, and this becomes a 3/3. So we can't even use Harvester on it. Alright, that sucks. I didn't really want to use this for this, but we don't really have a choice. 0 from me. Yeah. A little tough there, but we kind of had to do it. Granted, we gave them a lot more treasure here, so now they have the mana to kill a Larcenist if they want to, which is totally viable. Like, let's say they had a go for the throat. They would have to sack both treasures and their land, but would be doable. Alright, so they're going to get a map and some cards. Which I think we're just going to be sacking a freebooter here soon. Because we could effectively sack a freebooter, get the cards, get a map, use the treasure, play Oni Cult Anvil. Alright, they keep trucking along here. We got an Epicure, which doesn't do a whole lot here, so let's go ahead and just attack. Alright, opponent gave up. We'll take that. Okay, this is reasonable. Like that Oni Cult showed up. Have a Larcenist. Alright, we could probably do some things with this. Alright, let's get a Harvester down. Because second Harvester lets us kill all kinds of things. Oh, well. That's a thing, isn't it? I say we go ahead and get rid of this. And then I'm going to play this. So we're set to kill more things. Alright, so we slowed him down. This has happened a couple of times recently, where the opponent kept a hand with 1 or 2 mana creatures. Playing... I just messed up. I probably should have played Krenko and attack there. Actually, I think I'm just going with this. I'm going to make a Goblin during their end step. Like, just apply pressure. Oh, wait. Arena, why'd you tap? Oh, I needed that red mana. Never mind. Well, we won't be doing that this turn. I know Arena prioritizes you not taking damage, but sometimes that's really bad. Alright. So I didn't get anything I wanted this turn. Okay, more red mana there makes life a little bit easier. And let's go ahead and turn this into a deuter. We will pay a red. We're also going to sacrifice this other one. Also paying a red. And then we're going to get in there for 4. Alright. Even if they got their mana now, that should do it. Yep. Okay, let's keep it. This isn't like crazy exciting. It's like just good enough, you know? Go ahead and play this. Go ahead and play the Xander's Lounge tapped. It gives us a couple of options next turn, depending on what our draw's like. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Let's see what happens when we attack. You're going to flash a dude in? They are not. Alright. I think we go ahead and just do this. Hope they don't have the thing that makes this, removes everything 2 or less. That would be sad. But with that mana, they won't. So that's the good news. Yep, get rid of the artifact things. That is a good call, opponent. I think I'm just going to play this. And we're going to attack. Get rid of the other Darkslick Shores, because... Wow. Okay, then. That's a thing. I guess I may be sacking this Epicure here in a second, if things keep up this way. Augury, sure. Alright. I don't know what I want to do here. Let's try this. What if I feel like Larcenist is kind of lame-o in this situation? Well, why do I feel like as soon as I get rid of Larcenist, I'm going to regret it? But, okay. Wow. We are not doing good. We have so many things that make artifacts, but... I mean, I have one in hand. I chose not to play that turn. Alright. So now that Watering Emperor might be a thing, I think we have to slow down a touch. I think I'm on to go ahead and just play this. And pass. I don't think I want to walk into that if that's what they have. I mean, who knows? They might just land and play Farewell here, too. Oh. That's actually not that bad. I'm going to go ahead and... Sack one of these? I guess it doesn't matter which one, right? Oh my gosh, that's brutal. Okay. Sure. I guess we'll just discard one of these. That sucked. Alright. Okay. We have a lot of mana. We have a lot of mana. So what if we... Krenko... And then we Oni Cult Anvil. And then we use Krenko to sack a map to make 2 Duders. And then we go ahead and pay the red. Play this tapped. And then we attack. And the turn. This is a weird way to have to try to fight this fight. Opponent's at 11, though, so they need another sweeper here. And then we're probably just attacking with double vents, unless we find something cool with Oni Cult Anvils. Though, if we top deck like Crime Novelists, whoo! That would be huge. Yeah, we don't actually mind that too much either. That feels more than reason. Oh yeah, that's great. We like that. Yep. Resolve. Yes, but you can go to the graveyard. Even though 1 point probably still does matter. We're going to attack with these things. Discard a Blackleaf Glyphs. Hey, Krenko, alright, that's good stuff. Opponent's at 4. We can't quite kill them, but that's okay. We can put them to 1, and then the creature lands get them, or Krenko gets them. Either way. Yeah, we're good from here. Even if they got rid of our board here, it doesn't matter. You have a bat that does virtually nothing. Have a Krenko, friend. Man, that one Krenko turn made all the difference here. Don't know why I'm doing this, but we're doing it. I also could get a Krenko out of the yard and do Krenko shenanigans with the Takenuma, but whatever. I'm just doing this to kind of make sure in case they have something. This goes off the way we want. Yep, all those triggers. A land we don't need, but that's okay. There you go. But yeah, the other option was I could have Takenuma'd, get Krenko, try to do Krenko shenanigans. However, they could have actually had like another, say, go for the throat or whatever in hand. And that would have turned all that off. So this was just fine. No real difference for us here. Alright, let's keep this. Oh no, is this just going to be some mono red shenanigans? Because if so, this is going to hurt. I mean, we might have to just Novelist. Then if we Krenko, we could Krenko, get a body, block. There's no way Drake's going to live next turn, right? That seems virtually impossible. I mean, I guess it could, but not likely. Yeah, they've got something in hand they can play here, so Drake's probably just getting shot down. But that's okay. I mean, this could also be... Oh, okay. So it's that deck. Got it. Okay. Oh, a second Novelist. I don't know if that's any good, really. Like, if we were on the play, it might have been. As it stands, there's no way this is good enough. We have another case? I mean, we're blocking, obviously. I mean, go to 11. That's all we can do. Alright. So, we have one artifact. We could prime Novelist and just have some 1/3s. Reasonable. We could Harvester to have 2 blockers. No, I think we just Krenko here. And we just leave this up. Oh, we don't even need to worry about the colored mana, actually. That was dumb. Because we're going to get red mana off the Crime Novelist anyway. Yeah, that was stupid, actually. Alright, well, if they have the stuff here, we're just dead. That's all there is to it. Well, we can block a couple of things, but not enough to stay alive. Alright. Okay, this is an interesting starting hand. I think we have to keep it. Can't really get rid of it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then if nothing else, we'll just play the Vince tapped. There's a chance they just play like a tap lane here. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you know what? Not what I was intending to do, but this is fine. How much do you hate our Drake? Let's find out. They have something. Oh, Drake's dead here. I was going to say, they don't even want to give it a chance. So I'm like, yeah, it was definitely dead. They don't know the secrets that lurk behind, though. Oh, they had a temporary lockdown. Okay. Okay, let's pass. I mean, I assume this is Wandering Emperor time, right? So we just walk into it. Oh no, it's just a Fateful Absence. That's nowhere nearly as bad. Okay, try to cast this, see if it gets countered. It doesn't. Huh. Would I rather draw a card? I think I'm going to play this untapped. In the turn. Because I can still, like, sacrifice this, get 2 cards anyway. I'm gonna Sunfall that dude away. That's respect for the Crime Novelist. Opponent was like, nah, son, you get nothing. Do I just crack this to draw here? Nah, let's get rid of this. Wow. Okay, I'm kind of glad I did. Jeez, really? Oh, goodness. That's terrible. Alright, sure. I guess Drake can stay on top, and we'll just draw it. And then we'll play a tapped Vince, I guess. That's the turn. Opponent's literally just 1-for-1 sweeping our board. Like, alright, sure. This is the life we're in now. Yep, you got it. Here comes a freebooter. Tap Darkslick Shores. Pass the turn. I mean, might as well. Okay, you got another sweeper, so we're not going to activate the dude into a 1/1 yet. This is just ridiculous. This is when people gripe about like the control decks. This is what they're griping about. Like, just it's a matchup. Unfortunately, y'all are having to watch where nothing really happens. That's the problem I have. Like, it's not fun for y'all as viewers, but. And also, when people say, like, why don't you do, like, a blue-white control deck? Like, this is exactly why. Like, because there's nothing happening. Now, if there is a cool blue-white deck with other stuff going on, I will gladly play that. But, this is quite the boring match with nothing going on. This is going to be a long game where nothing really happened, unfortunately. And somehow we're still in it. I mean, I don't think we're going to win. But we're still in it for the time being. But I assume right now they're trying to decide like how to get rid of our creature lands. If there's another temporary lockdown, do they want to just make me waste this right now? Who knows? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could, yeah, discard this. See what we draw. Use the Kinzen and a creature land next turn. I mean, but a Wandering Emperor is still huge here for them. Okay, I mean, the opponent's still there, obviously. They're checking out their own temporary lockdown. I'm not sure what that's about. Did Arena lock up on me? Nope. It's, they're still using the rest of their clock, I guess. I mean, do they just have lands in hand here? Nope. They have options. They're doing something. I mean, that being said, we have drawn way more land than the control deck, and that's not good. That's not the situation you want to be in when you're the aggressor. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do what we said we were going to do. Okay, that does change our turn a little bit. I feel like they have another temporary lockdown, but this is probably still the thing to do here. If we activate... Here's my concern. Like, I could end of turn to Kinzen, sack one of the tokens. And that's probably a stronger place. Let's just attack here for one and see what the opponent does. Like, just feel things out. Like, do they have a counter? Are they going to Wandering Emperor? Like, what gives? Okay, so they did have a Wandering Emperor for our land, had we done that.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just sacrifice our creature anyway here. That still pretty much works. Oh, okay. Things are a little different now. Let's go ahead and drain the opponent and get a body here. Pass the turn. Alright. That's a thing.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure how we get out of this, but because they can block with a 2/3 flyer. But they can't block these since they have... Well, they have Menace. So I guess they could technically if I don't play a Larcenist. What if we go ahead and do this? I might need that mana, and I might regret this, but... Offering. Okay. That's a thought. So what if I play Krenko? See if this even resolves to begin with. Okay. Let's sack. Oh, this feels like it's going to be a big song and dance here. Pay a red. Make a body, because that'll have haste. Sack. I need those other 1/1s to be attacking. Sack this. Pay 1. Krenko can then sack a map now. Oh, actually, Voltage Surge got drawn. Hold up. Because now I can just kill the creature land. Oh, boy. This got tight very quickly. I can also just deal an extra one to the Wandering Emperor. Oh, gosh. Am I really going to sack this Oni Cult Anvil? Because I feel like that's what I need to be doing here. Oh, this is so gross. Alright. It is what it is. I'm going to do the only thing that makes sense here. Send everything into you. See if they activate the land. Which they are. See if we get away with this. Alright. So that should still work. Oh, and they're just letting her die? Oh, is there another Wandering Emperor incoming? That might be what's in their hand. Or a Sunfall, I guess. But then at least we have other things to attack with. So that's not like the worst thing. Yeah, sure. I mean, if it's Sunfall, it's Sunfall. Like, what are we going to do about it anyway? Oh. Okay, cool. Wow, we won that. Y'all, that felt like a monumental bit of work. Like, I don't know how we got there. Like, literally, sweeper, sweeper, faithful, get lost, sweeper, Wandering Emperor. Somehow survived or failed. Well, I don't even know. Oh, and temporary lockdown got rid of a creature and a couple artifacts along the way. Man, that felt like that took so much work. But hey, I guess we can win those sometimes. That was a very crazy game. Thank you, Krenko. All right, we keep it. I mean, this at least allows us to do some things. I'm gonna go with Freebooter. I feel like if they block the Freebooter, there's a little more value there for us than just playing the Epicure here. We're gonna be in for a long game, y'all. Long game. But they don't have white mana early, which means we're not getting temporary lockdown. So that's pretty good, actually. Alright, what are they going to do? Stomper. You do have a Stomper. I mean, obviously going to go get a Plains, right? Okay. I don't know if that does anything for us. Like, we attack with the Epicure, we leave back the Freebooter to block, get some mana, then what? I mean, because if we play this, I mean, I guess technically if we do this, we could possibly kill off a Topiary Stomper. Alright, that's something, I guess. Like, it's better than nothing. Better than a sharp stick in the eye. Alright. Well, we now know Sunfall and such is on board now. Leyline Binding gets rid of Harvester, I'm assuming. So they don't lose their Stomper. Oh, gross. I was hoping that would be a land. Give us some more options. As it stands, we're getting nothing here. Alright, I guess we attack. And then... I almost want to sack one of these just to get a card at this point. So I'm just like, what else are we doing, you know? Alright, more Oni Cult Anvils, sure. I mean, this might just be temporary lockdown and just wreck our board. I mean, we didn't find any land to do anything here. Yeah, Angel to shoot stuff also works. Alright. Okay. Like, not sure what we're doing with this, but seems playable. Flatfly Swarm. I swear we saw a deck playing that last week or the week before, 2 weeks ago, where or maybe 3 weeks. They were all Death Touch things, which was very weird. Because, like, on the one hand, you're kind of like, alright, you have a bunch of Death Touch stuff. Like, you don't care that much, but... I also should have decided if I'm going to do this first or not. Alright, I'm willing to attack here. Actually, I'm not even going to attack. I think I'm just going to skip the attack step and just play Krenko. Or are we, actually? If I was going to do that, I should have... I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to attack. I'm just going to play this. If they have a creature kill spell, so be it. Alright, in the turn. I'm assuming it's going to be another Death Touch thing. Oh, no, it's that guy. Alright, that's fair. So now we get to attack with no real concern here, which is kind of nice. If we can find a... We couldn't. Alright. There was a lot of things we could have done. We did none of them, as it turns out. Okay. What are our options here? Play this so that after we sacrifice this, we can get... Alright, let's see what we can do with this. Okay, that's something. We can at least live with that. This gives us some options for next turn. This isn't terrible. Like, yeah, Yawgmoth, you got it. Sure. You get a card. Alright, so this says they don't have one of those silly cards that, like, when your creature dies, it comes back into play. Because they totally would have attacked with the Flesh Gorger there if they had one. That doesn't mean they're not going to draw one here, but they did not have one currently, which is what's important. But now I have to decide if we're trying to kill Gix or trying to kill the Flesh Gorger. Which is more important? First off, we're going to play this. I know that much. And then I think we sack the map to this to kill the Flesh Gorger. Actually, we're not going to kill the Flesh Gorger. We're just going to... Well, If I kill the Flesh Gorger, then we just attack and the opponent's not getting any advantage. Man, this is tough. Right, if we kill that, then I attack, but we're still not getting that far ahead. Like, I guess I'm fine with this. In the meantime, while we're waiting, we don't want them getting extra cards, I guess. We'll pay a red. And then if I wait, I can put artifacts during their turn, and I can do it again on our turn. Alright, I'll attack with this, see if they'll trade. Okay, they are. Do they have the thing that's going to let them regrow it? They don't. Okay, that was interesting. Yeah, I guess I'll pay a red. End the turn. Like, that whole turn did not go the way I expected. And then they have Grixis Command that wipes out our board. Yep, that's probably what's coming. Yep. And unfortunately, I didn't leave a mana open, which would have... Well, they would all have been 2 or less anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright. Good news is, though, like, board's clear, and we're still not at a huge disadvantage here. So that's okay. You know what? We can live with that. I'm gonna attack. Decline. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. And probably sack this. Leave the treasure so I can, like, kite sail a, I don't know, shield rid or something. Oh, or try to kill that guy. That's the other option. Well, I can't when they have a grafted butcher. That's a whole lot of not fun. But I guess we just kill the butcher. And then we play Krenko. If I sack this, we make a 1/1, put counters on things. Alright. I think that's fine. Alright. They're probably still discouraged from attacking here. And I didn't want to be too quick on using the Kite Sail Larcenist. Though, arguably, could have used Larcenist there and killed the other dude and been fine. There's real... Well, I guess there's a better thing to Larcenist. I was going to say, like, having this under Larcenist actually does make a real thing there. Opponent attacks. We don't block. Actually, maybe we do. Losing 4 here isn't the worst thing. I might actually do that. Alright, they didn't give us the opportunity. We will pay, obviously. We will turn... We could turn this new thing into a treasure. And then sack the treasure to make another body. Actually, it doesn't matter. Just sack that and turn our goblins into 3/3s. It doesn't really matter what we do with this, actually. I was just trying to think of, like, how many ways does it matter? It really doesn't. Alright. Let's go ahead and... Go just sack this. And we'll pay. And then we have a 3/3, which we'll get in with that, because if they want to trade for one of those, we don't care. Go ahead and play this tap, because we may need more blue mana in the future. Alright, they get their 6/6 back. That's annoying, but okay. Sure. Alright. They get a card. Question is, can we do enough over a couple of turns here depending on what we get, to possibly still pull this off. Because it feels like the answer might be yes, but I don't know that it's yes. You know what I mean? Alright, so we turn this into a goblin. But now if we try to sack one of those things, it does come back to bite us in the butt for 2 damage, which matters. So if we sack one now, we can turn these into 3/3s. We attack with our creature land. I guess we gotta try it. I mean, just know the risk. You know what I mean? I mean, is what it is. Like, yeah. I mean, they gain life. And then next turn we try to attack for all of it, depending on what they draw. Alright. Man, I was just short of being able to do enough. Had we been able, let's see, we got in there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they'd have been at 1. Close. Very, very close. I mean, if they have something that kills even 2 creatures, we're dead too. Alright, we go to 4. Kill some creatures, we die. Or find a thing that kills 2 creatures, we die. So they're not instantly killing 2 creatures here, so maybe that's not terrible for us. They're going to kill 1 thing? You kill 1 thing, we're okay with that. You kill 2 things, we're sad. They're doing some math here. They might have another lifelinker, possibly. Also, if we don't find an artifact, we would have to sacrifice a creature. Okay, so they had the Flesh Gorger. So that's 13 life. And we do not have another artifact. However, we can go ahead and go to 2. So let's assume they block 6. They block 4. And take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is 13, 14. And then they'll lose 1 from the Onicult Anvil. Okay. Wait, did I count that into my math? Hold on. They block those, and they take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 1 is 13. Or, what if, here's a different question. What if we use this to sacrifice? No, because that takes away 2 attackers. That's worse. Okay, never mind. We're just going to do this. Resolve. Pay. Activate. And attack. And there's a chance we also draw a way to remove a creature here. We did not. Crime Novelist, you showed up way too late, dog. Like, we could have done some things with you. They didn't block the 4? Well, they were dead anyway. It didn't really matter. Okay, that's a solid one. Okay, y'all. So, I think my takeaway from this is I don't like the blue in the deck. As silly as that sounds. But, like, I thought this was going to be a lot about the Drake, but the problem with the Drake is that there's just already too many things that deal with 1 or 2 toughness things, especially considering so many decks are afraid of the Boros Convoke decks. And then on top of that, you have the issue of the stuff that removes all things that are cost 2 or less or whatever. So it just takes a while to get the Drake going. You almost can't really play Drake until like turn 4, where you can try to turn it into maybe a 3/3 a couple of different ways, and then it does something. But if not, it's not the thing we're looking for. So if given a choice, and now I'm gonna post this list so y'all can have it as is. But my recommendation here, if you were to play this, would be to just cut out the Drakes, cut out the Larcenist, and then go ahead and play Bitter Triumph, which I think is fine. Just play a full set of 4 of these. Because then you can still deal with any big creatures. You can still deal with planeswalkers. Replace your land so you have a full set of events. I think that's where you want to be. And then you can go to a max number of Greedy Freebooter. You can go to a max number of Fanatical Offerings. And you're still going to have 1 or 2 slots left. And in those cases, I would probably just play like Obnixilis. And then just capitalize on the damage you're kind of already doing with different stuff. I think the Crime Novelist Krenko thing is actually pretty cool. And that leaves you a lot of room to do things. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're producing enough artifacts anyway with like Freebooter, Epicure, Harvester, Onicult Anvil. Like, if maybe there was something else that was 2 mana that also made an artifact, possibly. We can look at stuff that, like, creates treasure. Helps if I spell it correctly. I was going to say, if there's something else maybe that's like 2 mana or 3 mana that makes treasure, I don't really know that that's a thing. I mean, you can always play Reckless Riveteer's Requisitioner. That's fine. But you got to have some early blockers to deal with the other aggro decks or whatever. So that would be my suggestion. But I just don't think we need the blue here. Larcenous is nice, don't get me wrong. But we could also just play a spell that just kills a thing, you know? And that just puts you in a situation where you just don't need to worry about it. So, yeah, while this deck was fun, I think it just needs to be a black-red deck. I don't think it really needs to be trying to do all this wacky stuff. I do think Crime Novelist again and Krenko did what we wanted. So I don't have a problem with that, and we won some games specifically because those cards existed. But at the end of the day, yeah, they need something else other than just the blue cards. Like, while this is an artifact and, you know, it creates an artifact, that's all fine and good, they just didn't get the job done. I don't even know if we got any significant number of attacks in with the Geardrake the whole video. Even when we cast it, they just died or whatever. So just not sold on it for me. But again, if you were to play this list, I would go 4 Greedy Freebooters, 4 Epicure, 4 Voltage Surge, 4 Fanatical Offerings, cut the Gleaming Geardrake, 4 Harvester, 4 Onicult Anvil, 4 Crime Novelist, 3 Krenko, and some number of Bitter Triumphs, full set of 4, and maybe 2. Maybe the creature that whenever you have a creature deals damage makes a treasure. That would work well in here. I think that's a reasonable option if you want to go that route. And then take out all the blue lands, max out your Blackleaf Cliffs, your Restless Vents, and just go from there. Now, if you want to do some other fun stuff that has cards that just stack abilities, check out this Prowess list we played that made good use of Narset and a couple other cards you might not have been thinking of. So that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.